Okay, so now we're going to use the SpinPro to demonstrate how to hit a vibora. Set the ball up to what height you want. Let's go for forehead height and go around the side of the ball. And you can get the sensation of hitting around the outside of the ball to generate that side spin. Really useful if you're not familiar with the difference between the vibora and hitting the Bandeja. Okay, so we can also use the SpinPro to practice our backspin or slice backhand. You can set it up at different angles if you want to practice slightly more inside the ball or more of a pure backspin. Get the ball set up to the right height and then off you go. Really gives you the feel of coming above the ball, underneath the ball, generating that backspin. Okay, so now we're going to use the SpinPro to demonstrate the Bandeja. I've turned the angle slightly because the path is now going to be to come down and underneath the ball more instead of going around the side of it. So it's a lovely way to get the feel of coming down underneath the ball. So setting up high, coming down underneath it, getting that backspin. Okay, I'm going to use the SpinPro to demonstrate the Rulo. We put it over here on the left side of the court. For a right-hander, the Rulo is going to be played from this side of the body. I can set the position up so that I can get the racket to come up the back of the ball and generate that kick on the ball. So it's a great way to get the sensation of hitting a topspin Rulo across the angle. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is move it across to the centre, a bit more over here. Put it anywhere you want, just to get, again, the feel of a topspin, a kick smash. It'll be slightly further in the centre, so I can get my weight coming up the back of the ball and generate that kick. So coming underneath, up the back of the ball, get that topspin. Okay, so now we're going to use the SpinPro to practice our serves. I've set it up so that the ball is just below waist height. I can angle it slightly differently if I want to practice going down the tee. I'm going to start with the racket up. I'm going to imagine I've dropped the ball and come underneath the ball. I can get some more spin if I want to, try and cut the ball more. It's great for getting that sensation on the ball. Beginners struggle to try and get that feel. It's a great way to practice it. You can also change the angle. If you want to practice hitting a little bit more kind of inside the ball, you can change the angle slightly here. I also would drop it down a touch, which is easy to do. And then you can actually now get the feeling of coming under and inside the ball to get it to fade off to the right.
And just explain what that does when the ball hits the glass.
So yeah, if I do it this side, the ball is going to come back into the player at a tighter angle. From the other side of the court, from the juice court, it's going to hug the side glass more, so that makes it more challenging to return. We can also use the SpinPro to practice our topspin backhands. So for example, if we're returning serve, they're coming in and you want to try and find an angle, you can adjust the angle of the SpinPro, set the ball the right height, slightly coming around the outside of the ball, and I can just practice getting that feel of rolling the racket over the top of the ball to create extra dip so it can come down inside that side glass. Okay, so another use for the SpinPro is to practice the forehand, like a topspin forehand as well. You can just turn the ball the other way around like this one, and you can practice playing like a return of serve topspin by getting a bit of rotation on the ball coming up the back of it. So below the ball, above the ball, brushing it forwards. Great to get that sensation of topspin. Okay, so we're now going to use the SpinPro to practice our volleys. We're going to get a bit of backspin, so set up at a nice height to do that, and it gives a feel of going underneath the ball, nice and compact, getting a bit of backspin. So above the ball, underneath the ball. Yeah, it's really good to see that feel, and you can even do it on the other side, backhand volley. Just gives you that feel of coming underneath the ball. And you could even set it up if you wanted to at a lower height to practice bending the knees and playing underneath the low ones, but you've got that ability to change the height.